Joining us, I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And today, a twofer. Yes, that's right. We're going to a little spring and then a little winter, right?
Yes, I don't know what's going on. So it gets really warm today. We'll be in the low 50s with some sun. Then the cold front comes in, possibly some thunder at first. And then it looks like it's going to be a flash freeze. So then we'll be seeing some snow squalls behind it.
Yeah, be careful tonight for sure.
Yes, it looks to be between hours of 6 and 10, and then we'll be dry after that. So let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. We are pretty chilly this morning. We're in the 20s, 25 degrees in Little Falls, Westmoreland, 24 degrees in Richfield Springs and Cooperstown. So there is a little bit of frost outside on the cars, so keep that in mind when heading out the door. But we are starting out with clear skies this morning. If we take a look at our downtown Utica camera, clear skies to start. That's why we are so chilly, and we will warm up with some sunshine today. So overall, really pleasant day ahead. Definitely a great day to go out for a walk or a run this afternoon as we do reach the low 50s. But then we start to see an increase in clouds later, and then just around 6 p.m. possibly some thunderstorms are possible. Then we see a flash freeze as this cold front moves through with some snow squalls behind it. All of this looks to move through between 6 and 10 p.m. so very short-lived, but then after that roads may be a little bit icy and everything may be a little bit icy as we do drop in temperature really quickly. Tomorrow we are going to be cold and windy. Highs are just going to be in the 30s with wind chill values in the teens and 20s. So for today, expect really nice weather up until this evening. That's when that cold front approaches. I will talk a little bit more about that coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. This morning, we are learning a lot more.
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Mountain Ice Paint Gel.
Welcome back. An overall really nice day today if you are going to go outside or do anything. This is a look at the drive-through forecast around this morning. Breakfast just around freezing. We'll be seeing sunshine. We will be seeing an increase in clouds throughout the day though. So around lunch we'll be right near 50 degrees and we are going to be seeing more clouds. And then for dinner we will be seeing more clouds, temperatures in the upper 40s at that time. So the temperature will start dropping and then things will change this evening. So just around 6 p.m. we will start to see a cold front approach us. It is possible to see thunder at first, but what this main thing is going to do is it's going to bring in a flash freeze. Looks to be around 7:30 once that moves through, and then behind that, snow squalls are possible. So a quick burst of snow is possible. It just looks like we are going to be receiving an inch, maybe a little bit over within that time frame, and then everything is over by 10 p.m. It's just going to be icy on the roads after that time, so just be really careful of that. Then tomorrow, much cooler. Highs are just going to be in the mid-30s, and then wind chill values are going to be about 10 degrees cooler because it is going to be windy. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Advocates are pulling out all
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out pretty chilly with clear skies this morning, but overall it's going to be a pretty nice and spring day. So let's take a look at the Cavity Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. Clear skies this morning. That is why it did get so chilly last night. If we take a look at our temperatures, most of us are in the 20s, up north in the teens in some areas, 19 degrees in Inlet, 26 degrees in Whitesboro, 25 degrees in Westmoreland, and if we look to the south, 25 degrees in Cooperstown, 21 degrees in Norwich. Walking outside, definitely a little bit of frost on the car windshield, so just a quick scrape is needed, or maybe heat up the car a little bit to get rid of that. But expect that when heading out the door since we are a little bit chilly this morning. We will warm up today, though. It's going to be a pretty nice day. Dry conditions on our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and very little cloud cover. We will be seeing sunshine today. Highs are going to be near and in the low 50s. We will start to see an increase in cloud cover, though, as we head into this afternoon. But if you do want to spend time outside going for a walk or a run, definitely yes for today, at least before 5-6 p.m. Tomorrow, no, we see a cold front move through tonight. It's going to get cold and windy tomorrow with wind chill values just in the teens to 20s. And then it warms up on Friday, so maybe earlier in the day on Friday, but we do see some rain showers return Friday afternoon. Oh, well, I look a little bit weird, so I'll fix this next time, but we are going to be seeing snow squalls possible tonight. They do do come really quickly and they move through really quickly as well. It looks to be between the hours of 6 and 10 p.m. So really quick with that. It's going to move through tonight and possibly cause iffy conditions on the road. So let's take a look at that on the Skycast. We will reach right near 50 around noon. Still seeing sunshine, a little bit breezy, but then afternoon we start seeing increase in cloud cover. And this is 6 p.m. So this is the start of the cold front coming in from the west. It looks like possible thunder. Definitely at first, and then this is the flash freeze line right here. It's not too intense, but it is going to cause a little bit of a flash freeze, and it's going to get really windy, so this brings in the possibility of snow squalls behind this and possibly turns everything icy. A quick inch, an inch and a half of accumulation is possible. Then around 10 p.m. we do dry out. It's just going to be really cold and windy and icy. Then tomorrow we are going to be a lot cooler. We will be seeing sun tomorrow, but highs are just going to be in the mid-30s, and it's going to be windy throughout the day, so those wind chill values will be in the teens to 20s. So for today, make sure you get outside either this morning or afternoon. We do reach the low 50s this afternoon with some sun. Thunder is possible right as this cold front is moving in, but then that flash freeze occurs and it gets windy. Snow squalls are possible behind it. We do clear out around 10 p.m. and then we are going to be a lot cooler for tomorrow. It's going to be windy, temperatures in the 30s with some sun, and we warm up again for Friday and Saturday, but we do see some rain coming in, Gary.
So get out there and enjoy it and then prepare for some snow.
Yes, so I'm definitely probably going to go for a walk this afternoon when I get out of work, and then it looks like 5, 6 p.m. It could start to come in.
Crazy day.
Yes.
Hannah, thank you. Right now, the time is 5:22. Still ahead on Sunrise Peps for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And a beautiful day yesterday and another one today, but.
Yes, but. So we're going to be seeing nice weather in the 50s, so a little bit warmer than yesterday. And then this evening, around 6 to 10 p.m., this whole event will be. So it's quick-lived, but we see a cold front, possibly thunderstorms, and then possibly snow squalls as it really cools down behind it.
Back to winter.
Yes, back to winter for a little bit and then for tomorrow. So let's take a look now at the temperatures this morning. We are in the 20s, a really chilly start. There is some frost outside as well. 24 degrees in Little Falls and Cooperstown, and 26 degrees in Whitesboro. And we are so chilly because we are seeing clear skies this morning. This is a look at downtown Utica. Clear skies, cool weather to start, but it will remain sunny, and we will be seeing highs reach right near 50, feeling like spring. So great afternoon to spend outside or go for a walk or a run or anything like that. And make sure you do that before, I would say, 5 p.m. We do see a cold front approach, brings possible thunder at first, and then we see a flash freeze. We see snow squalls behind it. A quick inch is possible, and this all falls between hours of 6 and 10 p.m. Conditions are going to be a little bit icy after this as well. We remain really cold and windy tomorrow with wind chill values in the teens and 20s. So for today, expect sun. Then we see an increase in cloud cover with that cold front approaching this evening. I will talk a little bit more about this coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, you didn't have to be a first-hand witness to the school shooting.
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. We are starting out in the 20s this morning, 24 degrees being measured at the Grivers Park Airport in Rome, and that is because we are seeing clear skies. Frost is also possible this morning. We do reach near 50 today, though, so it actually is going to be pretty warm today with some sun, and then that cold front moves through tonight. That really cools us down for winter returning tomorrow. We do start to warm up again, though. On Friday, we see highs in the 40s with some rain. More rain on Saturday, but we'll be in the low 60s, and then our temperature drops again on Sunday because on Saturday our next cold front moves through as well. So for today, expect a really nice day outside to start, and then we will be seeing possible thunder come in at first this evening, then a flash freeze with some snow squalls behind it. After that, it's going to be icy. That's going to be between the hours of 6 and 10 p.m., and it's going to be colder and windy tomorrow. Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Some good news for parents with formula.
York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out pretty chilly this morning with clear skies, and it is going to warm up today to sunshine. Let's take a look at the CAV tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. We did see clear skies last night, and we are seeing clear skies this morning. That's why we are starting out in the 20s, and we are seeing a little bit of frost. So once again, in the 20s for most of us, in the teens up north. We had 23 degrees in Dowdesville, 24 degrees in Little Falls, 26 degrees in Whitesboro. And if we take a look to the south, 25 degrees in Cooperstown and Hamilton, and then 23 degrees in Sherburne, Norwich, and Skanevis. A quick scrape is probably needed on the cars outside this morning. A little bit of frost outside, and maybe just warm up the car to help get that off this morning. We are going to warm up today, though, with highs reaching near and in the low 50s with dry conditions for most of the day. This is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Very little cloud cover as well. We don't start to see clouds increase until this afternoon. So overall, it should be a pretty nice morning and early afternoon to get outside or go for a walk or go for a run, anything like that. But things change tonight around 6 p.m. That's when we see a cold front move through. And that brings in actually what looks like a flash freeze. It really cools us down for tomorrow with wind chill values in the teens and 20s tomorrow. So definitely no for outside tomorrow. Friday, maybe get out a little bit earlier. We do warm up into the 40s, but we see some rain showers return Friday afternoon. So what's going to occur tonight is that we see a cold front approach. At first, looks to bring thunder, but then a flash freeze occurs and it gets windy with possible snow squalls on the back end of this. So these are really short-lived. They do cause whiteout conditions, though, if you are driving. So you definitely have to be really careful this evening if you are driving at all between the hours of 6 and 10 p.m. It could cause little to no visibility on the roads, and it's going to be over around 10 p.m. So just be careful if you're outside at that point. And then even after 10 p.m., it's going to be pretty icy as that flash freeze has occurred. So let's take a look at it on the Skycast. Today, sunshine through noon. Highs are going to be near 50 at noon, and then even in the low 50s right before the cold front moves through. We see at first possibly a rumble of thunder or two, and then around 7:30, that's when we start to see the flash freeze move through, as we can see it here. Snow squalls on the back end as it gets windy, and then we see that all move through by 10, but it's really cold on the back end and windy with temperatures just in the 20s, so it could turn icy. Then tomorrow, highs are just going to be in the 30s, and then we are going to be seeing wind chill values in the teens and 20s. So for today, expect spring-like conditions this morning and afternoon. Highs in the low 50s. Then we see winter make a return for a little bit this evening as we see thunder, then the flash freeze and snow squalls possible. Overnight lows tonight in the 20s. Winter stays around for tomorrow with highs in the 30s, windy conditions, and wind chill values around the teens to 20s, but then we warm up again for the weekend. Friday we see rain come in the afternoon, and then Saturday we see rain throughout the day, but we'll be in the 60s, Gary.
So you could put shorts on today, and then tonight you'll need your winter jacket.
Yes, for sure.
What a wild ride.
I know.
Hannah, thanks. Well, from homeless and unemployed.
I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And so nice to see so many folks out walking yesterday, and
Yes.
they can do it again today before getting that winter jacket back on this evening, right?
Yeah, so I would say before 5 p.m. today it's going to be nice, and then we'll be seeing a cold front approach, possibly at first bringing some thunder, and then it's going to flash freeze, so then we're going to be seeing some snow squalls behind it, so it could even be dangerous to drive at this time.
Yeah, just be careful tonight, that's for sure.
Yes, so let's take a look now at the temperatures this morning. We are starting out chilly this morning. We're in the 20s, 25 degrees in Richfield Springs, Earlville, and in Westmoreland, and there is some frost outside, especially on the car windshields. This is because we are seeing clear skies. Let's look at downtown Utica. Clear skies last night did allow for temperatures to drop pretty low into the 20s, but we are going to warm up really quickly today with highs near and in the low 50s. Really nice day to get outside and walk this afternoon. But then around 6 p.m., possibly some thunder. Then we see a flash freeze with some snow squalls behind it as it does get really windy. And this looks to all move through between 6 and 10 p.m. So really short-lived, but at this time it could be hazardous to drive on, especially outside. And as we see the snow squalls, low visibility, stuff like that. So just be really careful of that. Also causing icy conditions after this all moves through. And then behind that, we are going to be really cold and windy tomorrow with highs just in the 30s. So for today, expect spring-like conditions this morning and afternoon. Then winter returns later tonight and tomorrow. I will talk a little bit more about this cold front coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, this morning we are...
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Mountain Ice Paint Gel.
Welcome back. Today it's going to be a pretty nice day if you are going to do anything, walk, run, or even go through the drive-through around this morning. We will be just around freezing with some sunshine. For noon, around lunch, we will be right near 50, still seeing some sun, and then around dinner time, we will be seeing clouds at that point, temperatures in the upper 40s. So what's going to occur is that a cold front moves through that will cause a flash freeze, and that will bring some snow on the back end. Looks like it could be snow squalls, so a quick inch, maybe an inch and a half of accumulation is possible this evening. Everything looks to be over by 10 p.m. We are going to be way cooler and windy tomorrow. Highs are just going to be in the mid-30s with wind chill values feeling around 10 degrees below that, so in the teens and 20s throughout the day. Gary.
Thank you. Advocates are pulling, and follow us on Twitter. Our social media handles are right there on your screen. And if today is your birthday, make it a great one. And here is the list. Overcoming homelessness and at the same time helping beautify Utica. Today is Wednesday, March 29th, 2023. Good morning. School shooting in Nashville to have a traumatic response to it. If your child has...
We want to
Riverdale. Final season begins tonight at 9/8 Central, only on the CW.
Injured in an accident? Call the People's Lawyer, Brindisi Murad and Brindisi Perlman.
Parents with formula-fed babies. The Food and Drug Administration p.m. matinee this Saturday. If you are interested, tickets are $10 at the door. And if you would like to become a member of our Morning Mug Club, or our contact information is listed right there on your screen. The Morning Mug Club is proudly brought to you each morning by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
From Central New
Employed to housed and working. They're called the Mighty Morrow Green.
Dumbwaiter nearly complete. Next door in the restaurant, Bestie is coating the Bayou Bar with some chalk paint to give it a little bit of an aged look. And Bob is tending to the pipes under the house.
Hurricane came through, ripped all the plumbing out, so we're just tightening up all this, put some new plumbing underneath, so she's got a toilet and a bathroom, vanity, shower's working, the kitchen sink.
And as some clouds start rolling in, we're gonna mount it right here. Felicia and I are installing a home weather station that'll give Lois real-time conditions.
News comes first. This is News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW11.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And quite a wild ride ahead today for all of us in the weather department, especially you, huh?
Yes, so it's going to be a nice day, spring-like in the 50s with sunshine. And then this evening we see possibly a thunder at first, but then our temperature really drops due to a flash freeze and then snow squalls come in.
Could be dangerous.
Yes, if you are driving, snow squalls are really dangerous to drive in. So let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. We are starting out pretty chilly in the 20s. Frost is outside as well. 23 degrees in Little Falls and Cooperstown and 26 degrees in Whitesboro and Richfield Springs. But we are seeing clear skies and sunshine, a beautiful sunrise expected this morning. Here's a look at downtown Utica. We are going to be seeing sun for most of today, but then late afternoon we do start to see an increase in cloud cover. So it is going to feel like spring today with some sunshine, temperatures reaching the low 50s. But then this evening, possibly a thunderstorm at first. Then we see a flash freeze, which brings in snow squalls behind it as it gets windy. This all moves through between 6 and 10 p.m. And then after that, it's going to get icy. It is going to be cold and windy tomorrow with highs just in the mid-30s. So for today, expect sunshine. Then we will be seeing that cold front approach this evening. So if you are going outside, I would definitely go for my walk or run or whatever before 5 p.m. And I will talk a little bit more about this cold front moving in coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. This morning, we are learning a lot.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out chilly, but with some sun this morning, and we will warm up today to the 50s. Let's take a look at the Cavie Tower camera. Overlooking the Mohawk Valley, we are seeing very little to no cloud cover this morning, but since we did see clear skies last night, our sky watchers have us in the teens and 20s, so a little bit chilly. Just 16 degrees in Old Forge Inlet and 25 degrees in New Hartford. And if we take a look to the south, we have 23 degrees in Evanston and in West Lawrence this morning. So heading out the door, there probably is a little bit of a layer of frost on the car windshield, so you may need to defrost the car a little bit or a quick scrape before heading out for the day. We are dry on our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and once again, very little cloud cover this morning. We did see clear skies last night, and we will be seeing sunshine for today. Highs are looking to reach the low 50s. If you do want to go outside for a walk or a run, anything like that, I would say yes for any time before 5 p.m. Around 5 to 6 p.m., we see a cold front approach. That brings in winter for tonight and for tomorrow as well. We are going to be dry with some sun tomorrow, but winter values are going to be in the teens and 20s, so I would just say no for going outside tomorrow. And then for Friday, we do warm up, but maybe go out a little bit earlier before some rain moves in Friday afternoon. So tonight, a cold front approaches. At first, it looks to bring possibly some thunder, but then a flash freeze occurs with snow squalls coming in after that. Snow squalls form really quickly. They are very short-lived, but it's going to be dangerous when driving if you are driving between the time of 6 and 10 p.m. this evening because low visibility and whiteout conditions are possible with these snow squalls. So let's take a look what's going on in the Skycast. Today, a really nice and pleasant day. Highs are going to be in the low 50s, a little bit breezy, but then we start to see an increase in cloud cover later this afternoon. And around 6 p.m., the cold front's moving in from the west. At first, possibly some thunder, but then we see a flash freeze. Snow squalls right behind it as it does get pretty windy. A quick inch of accumulation is possible, but then all of this clears out around 11 p.m. Then we see cooler and dry weather tomorrow. We will be seeing sunshine, but it's going to be just in the mid-30s with wind chill values around 10 degrees cooler. So for today, expect sun, then possibly some thunderstorms this evening. Then we see the flash freeze with snow squalls behind it as it does get windy and cold. Tomorrow, we will remain windy and cold. Highs just in the 30s, wind chill values in the teens and 20s. We warm up for Friday and Saturday with showers coming in Friday and our next cold front possibly bringing some thunder on Saturday.
Us, if you like the change of seasons, you're going to love today. We will go from the low 50s and sunshine to snow within the matter of a couple of hours. Hannah is tracking all of it for us from the Weather Center. And Hannah, When will this drastic change take place?
It looks to start to develop around 6 p.m. this evening, and it's all going to be over around 10:30 p.m. tonight. So I would recommend getting outside now. Really nice out. 47 degrees being measured at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome, with partly cloudy skies and a little bit of a breeze. And taking a look at downtown Utica, as we can see, looks like summer. Blue skies, fluffy clouds. Overall, really nice day out right now. But a cold front looks to approach once again around 6 p.m. this evening. At first, it looks to bring possible thunder, but then it will cause a flash freeze. Snow squalls are possible as it gets windy behind it. And then all of this will be over by 10:30. A quick inch of snow accumulation is possible. And then tomorrow, it will leave behind cold weather and windy conditions with wind chill values just in the teens and 20s. So for the rest of today, expect nice weather up until around 5. That's when we start to see things change. I will talk a little bit more about this cold front coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. 3 men from the Utica area have now been charged for
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. A really nice afternoon outside right now with temperatures in the 40s and some sun. Let's take a look at the CATV tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. We are seeing some clouds building in, but still a really pleasant afternoon at this point. If you do want to head outside, I would definitely recommend going now or anytime before 5 p.m. because that's when things will change. According to some of our sky watchers, 40s and 50s already. 46 degrees in Clinton, 52 degrees in Mohawk, and up to 40 degrees in Old Forge. So overall, pretty warm this afternoon with highs today in the low 50s. So Nala and her neighbor Sybil today really happy about that. They are saying hi to each other and they are sunbathing, laying out by the window because of that sunshine. But they're a little upset. I know Sybil looks a little upset here that we are going to be seeing things change this evening as we do start to see some rain and snow moving in due to an upcoming cold front. We are dry now, though, on our Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, starting to see an increase in cloud cover and starting to see a breeze pick up. But if you are going to do anything outside, definitely recommend doing that now before 5 p.m. A great afternoon to spend outside. No for tomorrow because once this cold front moves through, it will turn everything cold and windy tomorrow. And then we do warm up for Friday, but we see afternoon rain showers come in for the day. So what's going to happen tonight is that we see a cold front approach. It does cause a flash freeze and possibly some snow squalls, which could be dangerous to drive in. That produces snow and wind, and it comes in really quickly, and it possibly could produce low visibility when driving. So just be very careful of that this evening. So for the rest of today, expect sunshine, highs in the low 50s, but then around 6 p.m. we see that cold front approaching. This is going to come in from the west. It does start out with some rain, possibly a rumble of thunder. Then we see if that flash freeze occurring, dropping our temperatures rapidly on the back end and producing possibly some snow squalls. This could cause a quick inch and a half of accumulation, but it's going to be all over by 10:30, 11 p.m. But then it's going to be cold and windy behind it. Tomorrow we are just going to be seeing high temperatures in the mid-30s and wind chill values are going to be in the teens to 20s. So for today, expect an increase in cloud cover, but it's still pretty warm, highs in the 50s, getting a little bit breezy. Then tonight we see that flash freeze, we see a burst of snow, and things can freeze over as well on the roads, so be very careful. It also gets windy. For tomorrow, we will be way cooler and it will be windy with wind chill values in the teens and 20s. We warm up with some rain on Friday and Saturday. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. As the long road to recovery begins in the south, after the weather in this half hour, once again, here is meteorologist Hannah Evans. And once again, the details of a roller coaster of a day weather-wise, right?
Yes, we are seeing nice weather now, but things are looking to change this evening. So definitely spend some time outside right now. We are at 47 degrees at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome. Some nice sunshine outside and a little bit of a breeze. And if we take a look at downtown Utica, as you can see, it's almost looking like summer with blue skies and fluffy cumulus clouds in the air. Overall, looks like a really nice day outside this afternoon. But we are going to start seeing increasing cloud cover and a cold front approaches around 6 p.m. possibly some thunder, but our main concern is going to be the flash freeze and snow squalls behind it. So that could be really tough to drive in. Be careful of that. It looks to move out around 10:30 p.m., but it is going to remain cold and windy tomorrow. So for today, expect an increase in cloud cover, possibly a rumble of thunder, and then the flash freeze with some snow. I will talk a little bit more about this change of weather events coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Officers in Tampa, Florida had quite the call this morning.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are tracking a nice afternoon with some sun and temperatures right near 50. Let's take a look at the CAV tower camera overlooking the Mohawk Valley or the city of Utica. It does look like we are seeing some clouds starting to come in, but still really nice spring afternoon with our temperatures at this point in the 40s. According to our sky watchers, we do have 40 degrees in Old Forge, 46 degrees in Clinton, and then we even have 52 degrees in Mohawk already. We are still tracking dry conditions on our Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, but we are starting to see an increase in cloud cover coming in from the west. This is due to the onset of unsettled weather coming in this evening. So if you do want to head outside, go for a walk or a run or anything like that, I would say yes up until around 5 p.m. today. It would be a good time. Then no tomorrow, because once a cold front moves through tonight, it's going to get really windy and cold tomorrow with wind chill values just in the 20s for most of the day. And then Friday we do warm up again, but then we see some afternoon rain coming in. So what's going to happen tonight is we see a cold front, possibly a rumble of thunder at first, but then a flash freeze occurs with snow squalls. So snow squalls is when it gets really snowy and windy. It's very short-lived, but if you are going to be driving during this time, it's going to cause little to no visibility on the road, so it could be really dangerous. And this could happen this evening as we see a flash freeze with a burst of snow and windy conditions. So we are keeping an eye out on it, but it looks to be between the hours of 6 and 10 p.m. So let's take a look at it on our Skycast. For the rest of today, we will reach the low 50s, but we will see an increase in cloud cover. Around 6 p.m., we start to see the unsettled weather move in from the west. It looks like a rumble of thunder, even just some rain is possible at first. But then here's the flash freeze line. As we see 40s on this side, 30s on the other, our temperatures will rapidly drop. And we have this burst of snow right here with windy conditions. So this is what's going to be causing the snow squalls. It looks to clear out around 10:30, 11 p.m., but a quick inch and a half of snow accumulation is possible this evening. Then overnight we drop into the 20s, and we are going to remain cold and windy tomorrow. Highs tomorrow just be in the mid-30s, and it's going to feel like we are in the 20s. So for today, expect an increase in cloud cover. Highs are going to reach the low 50s, but then tonight it gets windy, that cold front approaches, and we see that burst of snow occur between the hours of 6 and 10 p.m. Then we dry out for tomorrow with some sunshine, but it's going to remain cold and windy with wind chill values in the 20s. We warm up for Friday and Saturday with some rain. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Now to a remarkable story.
A warm, sunny, beautiful spring day in the Mohawk Valley will quickly turn to cold, snowy, and harsh later.
Yeah, we start tonight in the Weather Center. Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis is tracking what's to come.
Big changes, big abrupt changes. It's been such a beautiful day. We've been in the 50s. It feels like spring, but there's a strong cold front coming through. This is not going to last for very long, but this will have high impacts across the area. So we've gone into alert mode for this evening because of that. Again, right now it's the weather's still pretty mild. Temperatures are in the 50s, but we look to the west. This is an Arctic front. Buffalo's temperature went from 44 to 36 in 1 hour. You can see that leading edge of snow approaching the city. So it's still a little bit of a ways away from impacting us. I think most of this arrives between 7 to 8 p.m. for most of central New York. And again, most of this falls as a brief round of snow. The bigger story is wind and a sharp drop in temperature. It's currently 50 degrees, but once that Arctic front arrives, again, we drop from 50s to 30s. We'll drop into the 20s as we head into tonight. And it's going to be a much colder day tomorrow. Lots of swings in the temperature here. It's going to be a little hard to keep up with how many changes are up ahead, but we are going to lay it out for you. Look at that forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Staying on the story, 3 men from Utica.
We're tracking a strong cold front this evening that's going to create a lot of weather for a short period of time. The primary concern here is with this big drop in temperature, it could make things slippery here heading into this evening. This is a live look outside. We are aiming our Cavite Tower Cam to the west, and we are going to keep a close eye on a front. We expect this camera to become, to look at those clouds in the distance. We expect those clouds to become darker here as we head throughout the newscast as this front approaches the area. So right now, we're still looking at pretty mild weather. Temperatures in the 50s. It's very spring-like. But as we look to the west, we see some changes ahead. This is the leading edge of the front, and you can see the drop in temperature here from Rochester's 48 to Buffalo's 33. And there's been a 10-degree drop in temperature at Buffalo over the past hour. This front means business. When it rolls through again, it's going to primarily produce a drop in temperature and wind. Some snow with this, but we're not expecting a lot of snow. Just a trace to an inch for most areas. This is not a big snow producer. But even a small amount of snow melting on roadways, plus temperatures falling below freezing, it's a recipe where we could see slippery spots on untreated surfaces. So something to keep in mind this evening. The timing of this for most of us is between about 7 to 8 p.m. On the other side of this front, it gets much colder. This is a look at temperatures tomorrow and wind chills. So air temperatures climb into the 30s tomorrow afternoon. Wind chill values, when we factor in a strong west wind, it's going to make it feel more like 20s. So back to winter here as we head into tomorrow afternoon. The weather will not stay this way, though. It is going to warm up as we head into the end of the week. So this front approaches from the west this evening. Again, that burst of snow is expected. And in its wake, again, much colder temperatures. 7 o'clock this evening, this is a look at our Storm Tracker 2 Skycast. The leading edge of this front is moving in. Again, expect rain changing over to snow, windy conditions, and again, that sharp drop in temperature by 10 p.m. Most of us are below freezing. The snow comes to an end. Again, it's not going to accumulate very much. It's cold and windy tonight as temperatures drop into the 20s. It's sunny, but it's a generally cold day tomorrow with high temperatures in the mid-30s, again with the wind chill feeling more like 20s. Tomorrow night, increasing clouds. It's cold overnight. And then on Friday, we're expecting a cold rain to roll in as we head later into the day with high temperatures in the mid-40s. Tonight, snow ends. It's windy, a low of 22. Tomorrow, a windy, cold afternoon. Again, a sharp difference compared to today. A high of 36. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain Friday, 45. We turn the corner quickly. By Saturday, we're up to 67. So even warmer than today. Saturday's weather more unsettled. Showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder later in the day. It's windy and cold again on Sunday. And then we turn the corner again. Temperatures in the 50s Monday and Tuesday, back into the 60s possible on Wednesday. So lots of changes ahead. Be on the lookout for a few snow squalls here this evening.
Well, this is when I really like the push alerts on the weather app, the Storm Tracker 2 weather app, because on a week like this, okay, you wake up or as you're going to bed, you get the push alert. Okay, now I know what day it's going to be. This is going to be the rainy day. This is going to be the snowy day. All right,
Awesome.
Bill, thank
Thanks,
you.
Bill.
The principal of Central Valley Academy
Reopening its household hazardous waste facility on Saturday. This is when you can start bringing chemicals that just the next few hours. Bill.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye to the west. A strong cold front is expected to arrive this evening. For most of us, it's between 7 to 8 p.m. We're keeping an eye on our tower cams this evening. We pointed them all to the west. We're expecting the clouds to darken up here over the next couple of hours. This is a live look at our Utica National Tower camera over Cooperstown. The radar this evening, again, a couple of sprinkles are showing up right now, but what we're tracking is to the west. This sharp drop in temperature, the leading edge of this front is between Rochester and Buffalo. You can see this dividing line here. Rochester's 48, Buffalo's 32. Buffalo dropped 11 degrees in the last hour. The front's heading to the east slowly. And again, the start time for most of us will be between about 7 to 8 p.m. with that leading edge of rain turning over to snow. A lot of wind with this, but not much snow. This will create that big drop in temperature as we head into this evening. Our current temperature right now is 50 degrees, but once the front rolls through, again, you can expect temperatures to drop into the 30s. We'll be on the lookout for some snow accumulation. Icy conditions on untreated surfaces overnight, and then just back to reality here as we head into tomorrow. It's going to feel like winter again with temperatures in the 30s. We've got to look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Ahead of Holy Week, Pope Francis is hospitalized. We'll have the latest. Meteorologist Bill Curtis tracking an alert day.
Yeah, we're following this front that's going to roll through the area. This is going to be a relatively short weather maker, but it's going to be pretty intense. We're talking about wind, a big drop in temperature, and pretty much a temporary end of spring. It's been a beautiful day today. Temperatures in the 50s. It's hard to imagine that in just a few hours, it's going to feel like winter again. And we can look to the west. We're already seeing evidence of this front rolling through. The temperature in Buffalo went from 44 to 32 over the past hour. And that's where the leading edge of the front is between Rochester and Buffalo. We'll continue to track this as it moves through central New York this evening. Again, expecting wind, some snow, not a lot of snow, and again, that big drop in temperature. Also a few icy spots as temperatures fall below freezing. With the warm weather today, the spring plants are coming into bloom, some of the early spring plants. This picture was taken by Robert in East Utica, that's Proctor Park. That was taken yesterday. So I imagine there was more spring flowers coming up today. Those can survive the cold temperatures too. We're looking at a mix between rain and snow this evening. Temperatures drop quickly as that front approaches. Again, it starts for many of us between 7 to 8 p.m. And we are tracking a much colder Thursday. A look at that forecast is coming out. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. A big, bold move to rebrand.
Tracking a strong cold front this evening approaching from the west. Let's take a live look outside. We pointed our Cavite tower cam to the west, and we're expecting to be able to see this front roll in within the next hour or so. And what we're expecting is the skies to start to darken. And when the front comes through, the big change in weather is a drop in temperature. It's been very spring-like today. Felt great getting outside with sunshine, temperatures in the 50s. Well, this front is going to be a catalyst for change, and a big change indeed. We're going to go from spring back to winter. Here's a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. I've added temperatures here across the area. So Rome's currently 50, but take a look to the west. If you've been following us throughout the newscast, you notice now Rochester's down to 36. It was 48 the last time we checked in, so that's a 12-degree drop in temperature in less than a half an hour as that cold front has swung through. Buffalo is down to 32, and that's what we're going to be expecting when this rolls in to our area as we get into this evening. So it's still at least 2 to 3 hours away, at least that big drop in temperature. And we do expect to see some snow with this, but that's not going to be the main weather here. A trace to an inch of snow is possible. With the wind, there could be some localized whiteouts, but it is that big drop in temperature will likely cause slippery spots across the area as temperatures fall below freezing this evening. So again, big changes in the weather about ready to take place over the next couple of hours. A cold, windy day tomorrow, not very outdoor friendly, but the weather does improve. In fact, Saturday is going to be even warmer than today. I think we'll be able to hit 60 degrees with some showers around, but you can certainly enjoy the outdoors if you're looking to get that taste of spring here. I think Saturday will be the better of the 2 weekend days. March ending like a lion. We talked about this throughout the whole month, how in central New York it takes longer to get spring here. So the saying, in like a lion, out like a lamb, is more like in like a lion, out like a lion. We don't normally see the winds diminish here until April. It's usually about the early to middle part of April. So it's going to stay windy here throughout the week, especially over the weekend. Wind gusts could exceed 30 miles an hour. Temperatures are in the 40s and 50s this evening from our Skywatchers, 49 in Cooperstown, 50 in Newport, Worcester, 46. But again, once that front arrives, we'll see that big drop in temperature take place. You can see how things change on our Storm Tracker 2 Skycast. Burst of snow this evening. Temperatures drop into the low 30s by 10 p.m. Tonight, temperatures are down into the 20s, and it's a cold and blustery day tomorrow. We will see sunshine, but temperatures will be very winter-like in the mid-30s. Snow ends tonight, windy, a low of 22. A cold day tomorrow, back to winter, at least temporarily, a high of 36. It does warm up. Friday's high 45. We're up to 67 on Saturday. Another strong cold front rise. We're into the 30s on Sunday. Mid-50s, though, by Monday and Tuesday. A lot of changes here in temperature throughout the week. We're back into the low 60s as we look ahead to Wednesday. We're continuing to track the progress of this front. We'll have the latest updates on the radar coming up at 6 o'clock. Stay with us.
Kristen Copeland, a beautiful, warm, sunny day is quickly turning to cold and snow. I mean, really, a beautiful day, the whole stretch of the day, and then just like that.
Oh, it's amazing how it's coming through. And Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis is tracking an alert day from the Weather Center. He's got the very latest for us.
Yeah, this is going to be a quick event. I'm not expecting a lot of snow with this. Just the fact that it's going to be snowing after being in the 50s today, it's just hard to imagine. But we are tracking this front right now. We're taking a live look to the west. This is our CAPV tower cam. We're going to keep a close eye on this. The skies are starting to darken up as we're expecting as that front arrives. It's still quite a ways to the west. Temperatures are in the 50s here, 49 in Syracuse, but where the front has just moved through in Rochester, it went from 48 to 33, and rain turned over to snow. That's the kind of weather we're expecting as this front rolls in. Just based on the timing here, it's a little bit slower than our earlier projections. So I think the front arrives maybe about 1 hour later, just based on what I'm seeing here on the radar and the temperature drops. So we'll see rain start to break out between about 6 to 7 p.m., 7 to 8 p.m. east of Utica. But that big temperature drop will take about another hour. So again, for most of us, it'll be about 8 to 9 p.m., where temperatures go from above freezing to below freezing. And that swing going below freezing is going to cause some icy surfaces to develop too on untreated surfaces. We're sitting at 50 degrees, but again, as that front rolls through, it drops in a hurry. We'll be in the 30s later this evening and into the 20s tonight. A cold, blustery day tomorrow, but the cold weather is out of here in a hurry too. Tracking some big swings in the temperature here this week. Look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Kennedy Plaza apartment residents.
Tracking a cold front approaching from the west. This is going to abruptly change our weather as we head late into this evening, going from spring right back to winter, at least temporarily. Let's take a live look outside. This is our CAPV tower cam pointed to the west, and we are looking in the direction of the change in weather. We're looking towards that front. Right now, it's just producing some light rain showers across Oneida County. A temperature of 50 degrees still out of Griffis and Rome. But look to the west. We can see the big drop happening between Syracuse and Rochester. Rochester's temperature over the last hour was 48. It's down to 33. So this is where we find that leading edge of the front. And as this rolls through our area later this evening, we'll see a big drop in the temperature along with the winds picking up. There will be some snow here, but that's not expected to be much. Most of us pick up just a coating of snow. The drop in temperature is likely to cause any standing water on roadways to freeze over tonight. So just be careful tomorrow morning on sidewalks, driveways, parking lots. There could be some patchy black ice. It's a cold day tomorrow. That front means business. We're into the 30s tomorrow afternoon for the high temperature. The wind gusting from the northwest between 15 to 20 miles an hour. Could see gusts up to about 30 miles an hour, making the wind chill in the mid-20s. It is mild out there for now. Temperatures from our sky watchers coming in between about 5:30 to 6. We're in the 40s to low 50s across the board. So enjoy the warmth while it lasts for maybe another hour or two. Cooperstown 49, Newport 50, and Sequoia with 46 degrees. Again, that front rolls through this evening. The winds pick up and change direction into the west. And again, that brings in some much colder temperatures. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, a burst of snow taking place along this front that creates wind. It also could see a few areas of poor visibility. By 10 p.m., most of the snow is done, and we'll get a chance to dry out tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the 20s. Your morning commute looks fine tomorrow, at least weather-wise. It's cold, it's windy, but it's also sunny. Temperatures climb into the mid-30s tomorrow afternoon, and then the clouds will start to thicken up as we head into tomorrow night. The next weather maker on Friday is expected to be a cold rain. Big push in warmer weather, though, arrives as we head into the start of the weekend. Snow ends tonight down to 22, a cold, windy night ahead. It's cold and it's windy throughout the day tomorrow. We do see some sunshine, though, but it's going to feel a lot different than today, a high of 36. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Friday, mid-40s with rain arriving later in the day. Look at that, 67 on Saturday, warmer than today. Could see some showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder. Another strong cold front knocks us into the 30s on Sunday. It's windy again. But just like tomorrow, it doesn't last. We're into the 50s on Monday and Tuesday and into the low 60s again by Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Definitely noticeable this evening. That video behind me is from just about an hour ago. Winds picked up, the snow squalls barreled through. Over 500 people without power in Oneida County and over 500 in Herkimer County without power as well. Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis tracking it all from the Weather Center tonight.
That's right, Jason. Big changes. We dropped 17 degrees in just 2 hours. We went from 50 degrees to 33. And as we saw, the snow came in, the winds picked up, and we are seeing the winds this evening, but the snow will be gradually coming to an end. Here's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The front is now moving towards Albany, and you can see the heavy snow is moving with it. Still a few lingering snow showers in the area. The big story is the drop in temperature. We're now below freezing at Griffiths and Rome, which means any standing water is going to freeze on untreated surfaces. You're going to be extra careful with that tonight. I think a lot of black ice could develop out there, especially on driveways, sidewalks, parking lots. I think by the time tomorrow morning rolls around, the main roads will be treated. We're into the low 20s tonight, a cold, windy night, and it's going to be a cold, windy day tomorrow. But we are tracking a return to some more spring-like temperatures ahead. Look at that forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, a vigil was held to remember.
Most dependable weather team. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are taking a live look outside. This is our CATV Tower Cam overlooking our parking lot. You can see the cars are snow covered. So is the grass. The roadways not so much. We've got some slush on the ground. And snow is having a hard time sticking to the pavement just because it's been so warm today. We made it into the 50s before this Arctic front arrived. But as the wind continues to pick up, as temperatures continue to fall below freezing, this is going to become problematic. I'm concerned about black ice developing and becoming very widespread overnight. Untreated surfaces turn very slippery. Driveways, sidewalks, parking lots. You want to be really careful tonight and tomorrow because of that high likelihood of this water freezing over, especially with the wind. The wind really helps to make this process happen quicker. Here's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, looking at some lingering flurries and snow showers. We will see a few flurries here tonight, but the snow is mostly done. Boy, those winds came in pretty fierce. Seeing many areas getting winds over 40 miles an hour. The fastest wind speed recorded from New York State Mesonet was in Westmoreland at 46 miles an hour, Coldbrook 45, Herkimer 41, Sherburne 40, and Brookfield with 39 miles an hour. The winds continue tomorrow. It's going to be a very windy day. It's also going to be a very cold day. You combine the air temperature in the mid-30s with the wind, it's going to feel more like low to mid-20s. So just a cold Thursday, but we do get the sunshine, which will make it feel a little bit less cold, but it's not going to feel like it did today. The radar and satellite image showing that cold front sweeping through the region tonight. And again, we do get a chance to dry out overnight and into tomorrow. Some lake effect flurries around tonight, but very little accumulation. Tomorrow, again, a return to sunshine throughout the day. We may see a few fair weather clouds developing in the afternoon, but again, overall, a pretty dry and pretty nice day, but again, a cold and windy afternoon. That's the big story. Temperatures in the 30s. We drop down into the 20s tomorrow night, and then on Friday, the next area of low pressure approaches from the west. We're dry in the morning, but we do expect a cold rain to develop as we head into tomorrow, Friday during the late afternoon to early evening, with temperatures surging. We're expecting temperatures to climb into the 60s as we head into Saturday. Snow ends tonight, low of 22. It's a windy and cold night. Tomorrow, windy and cold, sunshine, a high of 36. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain developing Friday, 45 degrees. It's very warm on Saturday, warmer than today, 67 for the high. We could see a rumble of thunder later in the day. Another strong cold front arrives. We're into the 30s again on Sunday, but then we bounce back into the 50s. Monday and Tuesday, maybe a run towards 60 again by Wednesday. So lots of swings in temperature here throughout the course of the week.
And you know, to borrow from one of your graphics where we had so much cloud cover for the months of January and February, we're seeing the sun again.
That's nice to see the sun.
Isn't it?
Even days like tomorrow, if this were the middle of January, we wouldn't have any sunshine.
Absolutely. All right, thank you, Bill. Coming up next, if TikTok is banned, joining us, the change in the weather, definitely noticeable this evening. This video from behind me Just a couple of hours ago, winds really picked up. The snow squalls came in, barreled through. Over 1,000 now without power in Herkimer County. Just over 280 now in Oneida County without power as well. Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis tracking it all from the Weather Center tonight. Good evening, Bill.
Yeah, good evening, Jason. Winds peaking between about 40 to 45 miles an hour as that Arctic front came through, and it is much colder now. The concern going forward is black ice developing. We had rain turning over to snow. Temperatures falling below freezing will make untreated surfaces slippery. A live look outside, our CAV tower cam is pointed into the parking lot. You can see an accumulation of snow, mainly on cars and grassy surfaces. The roads were just a lot warmer today with temperatures in the 50s before this front came in. The snow having a harder time sticking to the pavement tonight. The live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Some lingering flurries taking place late this evening. Current temperature is 28. It feels like 16 with that west-northwest wind at 17 miles an hour. It's a windy, cold night ahead with overnight lows in the low 20s. A windy, cold Thursday, but the weather is going to quickly warm up as we head into the start of the weekend. A look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, a vigil was held to remember.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening and welcome back. We're taking a live look outside. This is a look at our CAV tower cam overlooking our parking lots, and you can see some folks getting ready to leave WKTV, cleaning off the cars. You're going to have to do tomorrow morning too. That layer of ice is going to be stuck on your windshield, and again, it's going to take a little bit of effort to remove it by tomorrow morning. The other thing too is that we're going to have some black ice on untreated surfaces, sidewalks, parking lots, driveways. Be careful. All that rain and snow that came down today has gotten a chance to freeze over on untreated surfaces. The roads will be fine, but it's the sidewalks that could be an issue here, and that'll be the case through tomorrow morning. Some lingering flurries taking place this evening, but the steadier, heavier snow is pretty much over. Temperatures are below freezing. It was a windy evening here. That cold front brought 40 to 45 mile an hour wind gusts. The highest wind gust measured from New York State Mesonet was Westmoreland with 46 miles an hour, Colebrook 45 miles an hour, Herkimer 41, and Sherburne with 40 miles an hour. The winds are going to be around tomorrow too, just not quite as strong. And when we factor in the air temperature, with it feeling, with air temperatures being in the mid-30s, it's going to feel like the mid-20s throughout the course of the day. So bundle up. Certainly a cold day. We've got some sunshine, which will help. But again, that wind chill definitely making it feel colder than the air temperature. This front continues to march to the east, and behind it, again, colder, drier air will build in for tomorrow. Temperatures tonight drop down into the low 20s. We'll start out tomorrow morning with plenty of sunshine. Again, it's a nice day from the inside out. We should see plenty of sunshine throughout the course of the day. Temperatures climb into the mid to upper 30s. Mostly clear tomorrow night. The next weather system will arrive on Friday. It starts out cloudy. We'll see a push of cold rain developing as we head into Friday afternoon and Friday evening with temperatures in the 40s. That weather system is going to set the stage for a very spring-like start to the weekend. Snow ends tonight. It's windy, it's cold. Again, watch out for patchy black ice tonight and into tomorrow morning. I think the ice will be pretty widespread, actually. It's windy, it's cold tomorrow, high temperature of 37. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Friday, again, a cold rain 45. Saturday, we're up to 67 degrees with a strong cold front arriving. That could bring us some rumbles of thunder. Big drop in the temperature for Sunday, 38. Another windy, cold day. But we climb out of that quickly, too. We're back into the 50s as we head into Monday and Tuesday and into the low 60s by Wednesday.
Boy, it would be nice to get into a real spring mode here, maybe towards
felt
next
great
week.
Today until, 7 o'clock.
Well, we can't have it all.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next, if TikTok is banned,